And welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Here is, Akira, the sister of Lily, and she bought some booze, and it seems that she couldn't come to the party, but now she is here, and yeah, she said happy birthday, so she wasn't startled at all as she said birthday. So, yeah, okay. So she has a deep voice, a deeper voice. So she's not quite the female voice, if I get it. Blonde hair, that's in addition to her rather modest breast, a deep voice. So let's have some fun with her voice then. Without further ado, she plops herself down on the side of the table across from me. Nice to have your company after all, Akira. Did work let you off? Yep, I have to go back there in a bit. But I managed to get enough of a break to drive down. So, this would be Hiso then. A confident smile gets thrown in my direction, so I nod politely in return. Considering she just jumped straight to using my first name, she is much more informal than her appearance would suggest. Wait, if she already knows who I am, that must mean that Lily's talked about me with her. I wonder what she said. Lily? Sorry for not introducing you, Iso. This is Akira Sato, my elder sister. I see. Nice to meet you. The person in question loudly claps her hands together, making Hanako jump a little bit. Akira notices this and looks uneasy for a fraction of a second before getting back into her stride. Only now do I realize that Akira hasn't paid Hanako's scars any undue attention. Hanako also seems to be comfortable, if not exactly relaxed, around Akira. Well then, I assume the presents got through. No point in waiting, considering Hiso and the birthday girl look like they are pretty eager. Oh god, he's really a number. Lily giggles as I awkwardly turn away, a little embarrassed by the fact that I couldn't hide my interest. Hanako's eyes are telling me that she wants to try the wine together with me, though, so I settle for a look of badly finged indifference. Akira manages to uncork the first bottle with small effort, and Hanako goes to get some glasses before I get to pour the 4 of them full of white wine. Why not red wine first? I heard somewhere that white wine has less alcohol than red wine, so I think it would be the best to start with. Oh, come on, you're so lame. Red wine has the color of passion. Here's to Hanako and to Lily's trip. Wait, what? Here's to Hanako and to Lily's trip. I don't know how to pronounce it. Cheers! Cheers! After the traditional raising of the glasses, we all take sips of the pale yellow liquid. It's nothing like the stuff I've had with my parents, with the fruitiness of the flavor almost entirely hiding the taste of alcohol. Maybe this is what proper wine is supposed to taste like. And again, it's possibly that Akira just chose a wine which would be suited to our tastes, since none of us are used to alcohol yet. Or at least I hope none of us are. This isn't too bad. I was expecting something harsher. If you hadn't liked it, I have a few other varieties you could have chosen from. Sound like you know your stuff when it comes to wines. Only a bit. I'm more of a beer kind of person. Oh god, way to waste the I'm a dude flag, or I want to be one, or something like that. I don't know what to think about her. She looks like... and they say she looks... I don't even really know what androgyn... I mean, androgynous are those people who are neither male nor female or something like that. I don't know. But I personally detest beer. Well, maybe detest is too strong of a word, but I really, really, really don't like beer. Any kind of beer. It just tastes awful to me. I'm really more a cocktail person myself. And then again, the fruity cocktails are the ones I'm really into. I have the drinking side down pat, though. As if to prove her point, she refills her glass before bringing it to her lips and flicking her head back. Hanako and I silently watch as the whole glassful disappears down Akida's throat. I can't decide whether to be impressed or put off, but I certainly don't have any urge to imitate the act. Lily grimaces slightly at her sister's boast. I note that she is sipping from her glass as she does so. Though... Anyway, now that Akida's gift has been opened and sampled, shall we move on to ours? Gifts? It's not like it's my birthday or anything. That's right. We got you presents. It's your birthday after all. This is from me. Lily pulls out the carefully wrapped doll from under the table and passes it to Hanako. Hanako handles the present as if it was glassware, carefully turning it over to remove the tape that binds the wrapping. Eventually, the paper falls from the doll, revealing the emerald green of the doll's dress. It's beautiful. I'm not sure what reaction I was expecting from Hanako. The near total lack of dolls in her room made me think that she didn't care about them. But the look in her eyes now is something different. She turns the doll around with the same delicacy she afforded the wrapping, as if she was expecting it to fall apart in her hands. I'm glad that you like it. Hiso picked it out, to be honest. Hanako suddenly remembers that she is not alone in the room and shifts her focus from the doll. Yes, I like it. Thank you, Lily. And so? Actually, I got you something else. I reach into my bag and remove the wrapped chess set. Here, happy birthday. Hanako carefully sits Lily's dolls next to her and opens my present with the same care that she showed Lily's. Before long, the checkered squares of the chessboard are visible, and Hanako gently runs her fingers across the carved surfaces. Oh! Almost by accident, she triggers the catch to the lid, startling herself in the process. She opens it and retrieves one of the grey pieces. She seems as absorbed in the chess pieces as she was in the doll before. They are coral, natural coral, undyed, or so I'm told. Thank you, Hiso. No problem, it's your birthday after all. That's right. My birthday. Once again, Hanako's reaction seems a little off, but she carefully closes the board lid. I notice Akida's smile beginning to look very strained. I wonder if she knows anything about what happened in class, given that she seems to be treading on eggshells around Hanako. I have to play you again sometime. I'll make sure I'll play you first. Look, she's a little teardrop. Oh, this is a nice picture. Oh, and the doll doesn't looked anything like. But it's weird. Has she always this bored impression? She takes the doll she received from Lily and holds it to her chest, together with a small chessboard, putting the piece on top. Wow. Oh, this is a really nice picture. The act seems to settle her down somewhat, and we just sit in silence for a while. I think it's one of the few times I've seen her genuinely happy. Cradling the friendship of two people to her chest as tightly as she can. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Miso. In the process of thanking us, Hanako drops the chess piece and fumbles a bit in her rush to retrieve it. Once she finds it, Hanako puts the chess set down and nervously gulps at her wine. It's as if the real world suddenly washed back into her consciousness, and her fastest escape from it was in a glass. Hey, easy there, you shouldn't drink it that fast. It is a party, Hiso. Despite saying this, there's a slightly concerned edge to her voice, eventually acquiescing Lily's acquiescing, Lily proceeds to follow Hanako's lead, though not as eagerly. She looks to be taking small sips from her glass and letting the wine settle on her tongue before swallowing. I decide that this is probably the best approach and do the same myself. Oh, look at this smoochy face! This fish face here. Since this is kind of a going away party for you as well, I hope you enjoy your trip at least a little, Lily. Hopefully your aunt will be okay. I hope your aunt is okay too, Lily. Lily and I are slightly taken aback by Hanako's fervor to wish Lily well, despite her own familial situation. I'm a little impressed. My, thank you both. I'll be sure to convey your thoughts to my family when I met them. It'll all be well. Wait, what? I already forgot her voice. I couldn't talk in her voice long enough. It'll all be fine in the end. Lily, don't worry about it. Since the room's mood has become noticeably more sullen, I decided to try and move things along. Well then, shall we start on the cake? Oh god. It's not the hiccups this time it's burps that creeping up on me. My tentative suggestion has the intended effect, everyone lightening up considerably. Yes, please. Cake? I didn't know there was any cake. Oh. Oh god, Hiso, you give me a fright there. I picked one up before I came, along with some snacks. Wow. Well done, Hiso. At least one of us remembered to bring one. Everyone seems to welcome the distraction, so I retrieve the cake from my bag and start cutting it up. Mixing wine and chocolate cake isn't something that I thought would work well, but none of us seem to mind. Conversation is temporarily suspended as we start to eat and dig in. I was initially wary of this idea. After Hanako's panic attack, I expected the worst from tonight, but I think Lily's idea of giving her good memories of her birthday is working. That and also having it shared with her going away party. From Hanako's reaction to her gifts, I can tell she was really appreciative. Hanako tries to pour herself another glass of wine, but ends up spilling some on the table. She's had a couple by now, so considering that she's never had alcohol before, it's no wonder if she's feeling a bit lightheaded. Is this little thing here supposed to show that she's a little bit tipsy now?
Sorry, Lily. I didn't mean to make a mess. I...
Don't worry, I've got it. Oh, this is such a cute picture! Oh god, I like it. I love it. This is... Lily reaches sideways and gently takes the fuzzing Hanako in her arms, giving me pause. I want this picture. This picture is also just adorable. Oh, it's so cute.
It's okay, Hanako. I'm just happy you are here.
Hanako gives only a faint nod in response. It's fitting, I suppose, that Lily would be the one to support her like this. I have no idea what Hanako would be like if she hadn't. Seeing the two like this makes me appreciate the fact that I'm privy to such an intimate moment. Even Akira can't help but smile at the sight. I never would have thought I'd manage to find new friends so quickly, and I'm all the more thankful that of all people, these two are the two I befriended. They slowly break off from one another, Hanako regaining herself somewhat, while I quickly get myself back on task. I find a towel among Lily's tea set and start mopping up the spillage. By the time I finish, however, Hanako and Lily have managed to uncork the other bottle and have topped off their glasses. She's already tipsy and you want to drink the second bottle already? Looks like you're enjoying the wine. Enjoying the wine then. Just go too crazy with it after this. Wait, just don't go too crazy with it after this. Mind. What? This doesn't make any sense! Looks like you're enjoying the wine then. Just don't go too crazy with it after this, mind. I think there's a mistake in this sentence, which I'm not appreciate, but yeah, let's slide a lot of things here. We all dutifully nod and agree, but her reminder feels a bit silly given that she is the one supplying underage people with alcohol. You are not underaged! I told everyone you are all at the age of 18 plus, so you are not underaged! Stop telling me that you are underaged! It gives me a weird feeling. You are all 18 plus. Okay? Great. Oh my god! This look on Hanako's face! Oh god! Look how she looks! She looks so... I'm gonna get me some or something like that. The second glass of wine goes down a lot quicker than the first. And before any of us notice, the second bottle is empty already! While Akira is helping us finish them off, Hanako looks to be almost equaling her in the amount she's had. My head feels a little light, but I think I've managed to gawk my own tolerance surprisingly well. I'm also very good with that. I only get really drunk if I want to. Hanako smiles lazily, toying with her doll's hair. I think it's a pretty safe bet that she hasn't moderated herself as well as I. I don't think it was Hanako's intention to get this drunk, but it seems that the alcohol hit her all at once. She has a very light frame, something which wouldn't help her handle her booth well either. Lily cradles her glass, running a finger around the rim. Her cheeks are rosy, but she's managing to avoid looking woefully drunk. Akira is, as somewhat expected, largely unaffected. Her smile might be a little wider than before, though. Maybe. Hanako suddenly hiccups and accidentally knocks over the doll.
I think I should maybe go to bed. Thank you, Isao. Thanks, Lily and Akira.
She slurs Akira's name pretty hard, barely avoiding breaking out into a giggle midway through. She's completely plastered, and I can't decide whether I should feel a little bad or not for being amused at the state she's in. It really is bizarre to see her acting so carefree. A shame that it's only with the help of alcohol. Here, let me give you a hand. Akira begins to get up to help Hanako out, but she's stopped when Lily gives a sharp cough.
So, would you please?
What are you trying here? You want to get a drunk Hanako back to her bedroom? Me? The only male in this room? You know, you can't trust any male who's drunk. Most of the time, at least. What am I saying here? Akira looks a little surprised, and I have to admit that I am as well. I don't mind the request at all, let alone when it's said with such a smile. It just comes rather unexpectedly.
Sure, no problem.
Oh god, she's coming so close, it makes me uncomfortable almost. I pick up the chess set and help Hanako stand up. I do feel somewhat responsible for her, considering that, other than Akira, I'm probably the most sober person in the room. She nurses the doll in one hand and offers me the other. God, the look on her face! It's almost haunting. We stumble out of the door, into the hallway, and into Hanako's room. Hanako bumping into me a number of times on the way. Inside the room, I flick on the light as Hanako turns her attention towards a shelf on her dresser. An elegant doll is sitting on it, staring into the bare room.
There you go. You'll be safe in here.
Oh god, now the doll looks hideous. This is almost exactly the kind of dolls I don't like. They look like they stare into your soul and trying to get hold of it and then possess you. Oh god, no, I hate them. Hanako gingerly places the doll next to the other one and straightens its dress. They sit in silence, hair and clothes perfectly arranged. You always had the feeling they are looking at you, and that's, well, just like the teapot in Lily's room, they serve as a distinct contrast to the dull whites and grays that permeate her bedroom. Satisfied that her dolls, her only two real possessions, are safe, Hanako takes a step back and stands up, staggering severely. I step forward to catch her if need be, but she regains her balance without my help. For a while, both of us stand in silence as Hanako looks downwards toward the cupboard. After a minute or two, she begins to sway a little from side to side. It's very off-putting. Are you going to be alright? Hanako raises her head and turns around to me, as if she's only just remembered that I'm also in the room. Why am I so frozen? I didn't even scare back. What's unexpected is that she takes 2 steps towards me and wraps her arms around my body, her head's coming to rest against my chest. Oh god, the music. Ugh. I can feel my heart beating as all of my senses feel like they're coming alive again after the deadening through the previous drinking. You would be surprised how fast you can get sober if adrenaline pushes through your body. The smell of wine on her breath. The smell of wine, wow, great. The feeling of her finger through my clothing scent of her hair underneath my chin. My hands remain out in front of me, not daring to touch her. The temptation is there to hug her, to embrace her, to tell her everything will be fine. But this feels wrong. Really, really wrong. Well, I can see where you're coming from. I mean, she is drunk, so yeah. But I think a little hug wouldn't hurt. At least a little hug. You don't have to pour all the words in her ears and head. So but I would be frozen solid for a few seconds, minutes as well. Hanako. Huh?
But I want to stay with you and Lily.
Hanako's slowing reminds me a bit of Misha. She probably wouldn't be pleased to hear that. You know I can't. You're a girl, and I'm a guy, after all. And Lily needs to sleep. She gives a disappointed groan. It's so strange for her to act so forward. Oh, that's what she meant. She doesn't want to go to bed. She wants to stay with us. Well, sleepover! I mean, that's at least something you can do as long as you don't have really dirty intentions. I mean, who would really mind? Oh, society. Fuck this society. Whatever. Don't worry, I see you again tomorrow, okay? I decided to rest a hand on her head to reassure her, deciding that this is as far as I'll allow myself to go in terms of physical contact with her while she is in this state. Hanako's head nuzzles against my chest. Oh god, this feeling! I know how it's used to feel like. I know the feeling. Makes me feel all the more uneasy with the situation, and as her arms tighten around my back, I quickly decide to bail out. Oh, come on! I rest my hands on her shoulders and give a firm but gentle push. Her grip tightens a little as I do so, but she eventually breaks off. Oh, come on, how can you do that? Well, props to you for having such that you can hold back yourself so good that you really are in control of yourself right now.
I don't want you to go.
Hanako, please. Akira and Lily are going to start thinking weird stuff if I take too long here. It's perfectly true, too. Oh! I haven't even thought about that. I really don't want to take any chances, and I feel very uncomfortable right now. Wow. Well, I can see why now. I mean, I can see why you could feel uncomfortable, but it was Lily who wanted, I guess, this situation to happen, maybe? That's, I guess, the main reason why she said why she coughed at Akira and wanted Hisao to bring her over. They don't want him to go back. They want him to stay there because they know you are a good person and would not take advantage of her and only comfort her. Yeah, that's what they think. I shouldn't try to read anything into the way she's acting right now. I read that aside from alcohol lowering inhibitions, people can react to getting drunk in many different ways that doesn't necessarily reflect reality. And even without that, there are plenty of ways to interpret what she is saying. As long as she is safe, I'm going to try and get out of her room as soon as possible. Hanako hiccups again, looking a white mess as she stands and looks downcast in the center of the room. Her personality changed as She drank more and more, and now, all alone in a room with me, her previous brightness seems to have left her. Was she just acting upbeat to make sure we didn't worry? Even if she was, what could I possibly do for her? Since I do exactly the same thing in regards to my own condition? Distancing myself from my thoughts, I eventually managed to corral Hanako towards her bed, though her attempts to tame the wild sheets on it end up accomplishing little. Sorry about tonight, Hanako. I know you probably won't remember any of this, but happy birthday. I'm sorry I couldn't do more for you. She looks up at me for a moment. I have no idea if what I said actually got through to her, but any chance to ask is lost as her eyes peacefully close. Well, I think at sometimes Hiso is really a better person than I am in some ways. I mean, I would have stayed her and would have at least waited until she is asleep. Then just maybe sneak out. Not in that way, okay? Any chance to ask is lost as her eyes peacefully close. I sigh in relief before quietly backing away from her and leaving the room, flicking the light switch off as I go. I hesitate a little before opening the door to Lily's room again, quickly rehearsing what I should say if I get questioned about Hanako. After a few seconds, I still can't come up with anything. I open the door and make sure to close it behind me, lest any passing students catch a glimpse of the wine before turning my attention to the two girls at the low table. And I'm going to leave this episode right here. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Leave a like if you did. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Stay tuned.